Clock advisory now for Hurricane Matthew, down to a Category 1 hurricane at 85 miles per hour. Very close to Charleston, South Carolina, just off the coast of Folly Beach at this hour. There still will be gusts, though, likely over 100 miles per hour. The storm is turning to the right, glancing off the Isle of Palms, eventually toward Myrtle Beach, and then all the way toward Wilmington, and then into the Atlantic Ocean for maybe a big loop. We'll have to see. At this point in time, the loop may not be anything of interest. By the time it gets back down to the south, the storm may be completely torn up. Significant storm surge overnight in the Savannah area, in the Tybee Island area, and also into Charleston. Charleston, you still have about 4 or 5 hours before high tide. Charleston's low tide this morning was higher than the high tide should have been. So now that we push the water back in with high tide, Charleston will be flooding all morning into the afternoon. It could be a very ugly morning, an ugly afternoon for Charleston and those surrounding areas. Now we'll take a look at what's going on here. The rain moving up the coast, rain all the way to D.C., rain all the way into Virginia, as far south as Georgia. As we zoom in, we'll see that heavy rainfall with some very heavy bands around Folly Beach, moving up to about Sullivan's Island and then into the Isle of Palms area and even Wild Dunes, picking up very heavy wind and very heavy rainfall. The problem with this storm, I think, is still going to be the storm surge. Storm surge is the water that is pushed by the hurricane. Now, typically on a Category 1 where we are now, we'd have maybe 2 to 3, maybe as much as 4 to 5 feet of storm surge. But because this storm was a Category 3, and for a while a Category 4, for so long, this will likely have more surge than a typical Category 1 hurricane. It may, pushing up some of these estuaries in the low country, get all the way to Category 3 type surge. So if you're still in the way, if you're bunkered down, hunkered down, try to stay out of the way of this. This water will be forceful, and the wind's still coming in. We could see high tides, especially around 1, 2, 3 o'clock, depending on where you are along the coast, 5 to 7 feet above where you should be, maybe as much as 9 feet above normal high tide.